On this channel, I have often said that I think that Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army, father to Monkey D. Luffy, is a Zoan fruit user and not a Logia user. The common theory is that he has some sort of wind Logia. I do not think this is the case. I think he is an ancient Zoan fruit user with the power of the dragon fruit model dragon, or simply just the dragon fruit. The reason why I think this is because, one, this fruit is probably going to be the premier fruit to show us what ancient Zoans can do. And based on what we see from Vegapunk and Dragon's relationship with Vegapunk, it's very likely that he has a dragon fruit, and dragons are, for all intents and purposes, extinct in the One Piece world. On top of that, thematically, with Dragon knowing Vegapunk, he also surrounds himself with some very interesting characters. Two of them having very interesting relationships to dragons. As you know, dragons in One Piece can naturally breathe fire. Sabo, the second in command of the Revolutionary Army, has the flame fruit. Then one of the commanders of the Revolutionary Army, Karasu, has the soot fruit. So Dragon has now surrounded himself with someone with the power of fire and someone with the power of soot. That really does read to me that the crescendo of this organization would be headed by a guy with the powers of a dragon. Not only that, the Revolutionary Army flag is that of a dragon. His ship has the figurehead of a dragon. The iconography is very clear if you ask me. But the reason why I say again why this is so important is because so far we have not seen what ancient Zoans actually do. So far, looking at the Beast Pirates, they are all kind of bad devil fruit users and really are only using their natural physiology in conjuncture with their devil fruit powers in order to get things done. But they're not really using the powers of the fruits themselves. They are physiology users first and devil fruit users second. You see this with King and Queen, especially as Queen's physiology as a cyborg helps him more than him being a Brachiosaurus. Same thing can be said about King. King's physiology in being a Lunarian is way more helpful than him being a Petrodon. And this goes for who's who and being experienced in the six powers and also possibly being an Oni is more helpful than his Sabertooth fruit. Same thing for Ulti and Page 1. Both of them are Onis, and it's been implied looking at Yamato and Kaido that Onis naturally have a very high endurance. So with that being said, we need a firm foundation as to what ancient Zoans could actually do. I think Dragon will be a bit of a cheat overall if he really is a dragon, because dragons are the only naturally occurring animals in One Piece with a paramecia-like power akin to mythical Zoans having paramecia-like powers, because dragons naturally breathe fire. So it will be a bit of a cheat looking at Dragon, but I think if he is the first awakened ancient Zoan in the series, it's going to give us a good baseline as to what to expect. If it's not him, the only other candidate I could see in the future being an awakened ancient Zoan is possibly Hanafuda, if my theories are correct and he is the user of the dragon fruit model Tyrannosaurus Rex. If he appears in the story at all after his unveiling in the SBS, I don't know. But that's just something to think about. I think if you're going to show what an ancient Zoan fruit can actually do, the best way to do it is to show off a guy that we've seen in the story for so many years using this ability to its fullest and show us how mythical Zoans aren't the only dangerous Zoans out there, because right now we don't really have a clear-cut idea of why ancient Zoans are important, especially when by and large the mythical Zoans are the ones with the paramecia-like abilities. Like look at Marco, look at Luffy even, you know, it's very clear that they're at the top. So it would be nice to see some contenders out of the ancient Zoans, seeing as how by far they are the least developed of the subtypes of Zoans that we know. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Work 2.